Hi, friends. Okay, I haven't had anyone show up for Power Hour today, but I know that a lot of you are busy right now. This isn't a good time, or you forgot. And I wanted you to still have the tools that you need and a Power Hour to work with. So I'm going to record this. It's going to be closer to 30 minutes than an hour because I have basic Zoom. And you can just pause and extend the time blocks if you need, or you can see what you can get done in 30 minutes when you watch this video. Also, feel free to share the video with your teams, or if you have questions, ask your upline or ask me, and we will be happy to share that with you. If someone hops on, then that's great. I will talk to whoever hops on in the next few minutes, but I wanted to get started. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to work right along with you guys. So the first thing that we're going to do is our reach outs. I think for me, I tend to procrastinate on reach outs. I do them, but I don't do them first because it's not my favorite thing. There's a lot of other things I would prefer to do, but I've learned over time, not just in this business, but in other businesses that I've been in, that doing the hardest thing first is going to be the most effective and the most rewarding. So I really do believe that sending out personal messages first is going to be the most effective. So we're going to do that right now. Melissa posted today about an event that we're having tomorrow. So you could use one of those messages that she put in Facebook on Passionate Pursuit um, to invite people to the Fall into Health and Happiness event. That's tomorrow night. Or you could do a reach out about the products or a different event. So go ahead, we're going to take a few minutes and send 3 to 5 new messages to people, inviting them to the event or letting them know about the product. Now, you might be saying, okay, how do I cold reach out about the product? Hopefully, you've been building relationships with people on Facebook or Instagram or both, and we'll do that together in a bit here. But with some of those new relationships, go ahead and start messaging those people, even if they haven't liked your post about Plexus, but they've liked other stuff that you've posted or whatever. Reach out to them, let them know, like, hey, we're doing this event, it's gonna be super fun, or let them know um, about the product in a very simple way, like, hey, Tara, it's so great to see your family happy over this past weekend, that you enjoyed Halloween. Hey, I wanted to ask if you'd seen any of my posts recently about this gut health stuff that I've been using. I would love to share more with you about it. It's helped me with XYZ. Could I shoot you a quick video? It doesn't have to be weird, it doesn't have to be awkward, but you can jump right in. If they say yes, then you continue the process of send, share, invite, send them a story, then invite them to pick a welcome pack or invite them to an event if they're not ready to buy. Okay, so we're going to take a few minutes right now to go ahead and send 3 to 5 messages, and I'm going to do it here with you. Okay, I sent out 3 new messages. I sent a couple others earlier today. Um, Usually it shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't take too long for you to send 3 to 5 messages. So if you find 15 minutes in a day, that's what you should focus on first. And I basically just invited people to the event tomorrow because that tends to work well for me, to invite new people to events. Um, the other thing you want to make sure to do is that you write down or keep track of who you reached out to somehow so you can follow up with them. If someone doesn't respond or they say no, just remember that that isn't a closed door. No one has said no to your products yet. They just said, no, I can't come to an event. So you want to keep asking questions, keep following up, um, and check in with people if you don't hear back from them. It's not a no until someone literally says, no, I absolutely do not want these products at all. Thank you. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to actually log these 3 people that I just reached out to so that I have a record of them and know to follow up with them later. So you guys go ahead and do that as well. I personally keep track in the Plexus Engage app. Um, and I don't have time to tell you guys how I do that today, but it is very useful actually, and it does work if you know how to do it. Okay. So I logged those people. The next thing that we're going to do is follow up. So these follow-ups can either be following up with potentials or following up with your current ambassadors to see how they're doing with their products. Make sure that you have a follow-up plan for all of your ambassadors. I personally have a planner, which I don't have here with me. I might need to go run and grab it from the other room. But I personally have a planner and I have people's names written down on certain days so that I remember to follow up with them. So we're going to take just a quick, probably 5 minutes to do a few follow-ups. I'm going to go grab my planner. Okay, so just to give you an idea, my camera on my computer is not very good, but you'll see I have names and I mark them like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, month 2, month 3, stuff like that. So I have um, just one to follow up with right now as a customer, and then I have a list of follow-ups for prospects as well. While you're doing this, excuse me, remember to be a person and check their Facebook or Instagram, depending on where you're messaging from, and engage on their stuff. And I usually like to look before I send a message just in case, you never know when someone's experiencing a tragedy or something and you want to be sensitive to people and not just like message people without acknowledging those things. I'm going to send one more and then we're going to move on. Okay, moving on. Okay. Next up, who is new on your team? Who can you call or text or message and ask them if they would be willing to do a post or if they would like to have a Zoom call with you and their friends, or do a shout out, something like that. We have an opportunity with all our new ambassadors or all our current ambassadors, if we never have, to ask them to do a shout out or to do an intro post or to do a Zoom with you or even FaceTime with one of their friends. So I'm not going to give you verbiage today. There's lots of different verbiage that you can find on different places. Like we even have a Plexus posting ideas group that Diana and I and Andrea have all contributed to. And that's a great place to look. But you want to be real, you want to be genuine. So base it on your relationship with these specific people. Like, hey, do you want to call your bestie since you've been loving this, or because you've started this and I know you'll do much better with accountability? Or do you want to do a shout out post? Whatever that can be for you. So go find at least one person, either a new person that you've signed up or a current ambassador who's just a wholesale ambassador at this point, and see if they can share, or if they want to do an event with you. Okay, I'm going to give you about 5-ish minutes for that. Of course, if you need more time, pause the video or just go ahead and jot it down that you need to finish later. Okay, I reached out to two. I asked them, I actually sent them a picture. There's a graphic, I think, on Roz's page about how much you can make in bonuses this month if you're a new ambassador. So I messaged two newbies and asked them about that. Um, Okay, next up, I would like you to reach out to your team thread or a team member and see if there's someone that you can engage in a three-way conversation with, if they have been talking to someone or if there's someone new that they can help you or that you can help them in a three-way conversation. Or if you're pretty new and you usually do 3 ways with your upline, go ahead and start a three-way message with your upline. I'm just going to give you just a minute to do that. Okay, next up, we're going to do our posting. You may have already posted today. I actually posted twice today. So I'm going to use this time for engagement. But if you haven't posted yet, remember that posting something personal, short and sweet, like I just did a picture of my daughter this morning with one sentence and I'm getting lots of engagement, or a question that people like. Um, People just love to answer questions, whether it's what's your favorite chicken recipe or your favorite podcast or one of those fun like meme games. Pick which one of these would you keep if you had to get rid of all the others, those kinds of things. Great engagement. So make sure you're doing something like that every day because boosting your engagement is so important for the algorithm. And then if you can, also post something about Plexus, whether it's a story or just a little blurb, which could be like, yay, I got my active, let's head out to soccer practice, or just something simple like that. Um, I'm pushing really hard right now, so I'm actually trying to post something Plexus every day. That's not my usual mojo though. And if you talk to like Brooke Hemingway, Emily Gibson, rule of thumb, unless you're doing a push, is like 80% personal, 20% Plexus. But keep in mind that personal could still fall under um, got my yummy yellow energy drink and I'm heading to soccer practice can still be personal as well. So go ahead and do a post and maybe figure out a post that you can do tomorrow or later today. I like to time mine out at least, space mine out at least 4 hours from each other. Um, and I'm actually going to go work on engagement and maybe plan a post for tomorrow, but I'm just going to give you a few minutes to do a post and go for it. Okay, so just wanted to tell you a success story because this does work. Um, I messaged my new ambassador, Jackie. She doesn't even have her products yet, but she did have a three-way box or 3-day box that she really liked. And so I asked her if she'd be willing to post it. I sent her the graphic of what she could earn in bonuses this month. And she said, "Hi, Gabrielle, I'm well and yourself. No, I haven't received my products yet. Sure, I'm more than happy to do Facebook product review." So I'm going to send her a simple post that she can use. But I'm telling you, if you just ask, sometimes people will say yes. And if they say no, you can have a further conversation about maybe they think you're asking them to have a business, which you're not. So you can assuage those fears, or you could just keep moving on to the next person. Okay, so my kids just got home, so it's going to get a little noisy. And also, my time's about to run out on Zoom. So I wanted to just give you some tips on engagement because I feel like often we forget that this is like the fuel that runs our business is actually engagement. Why? Because it creates increased visibility. It increases your relational trustworthiness because you're engaging with other people, and it will increase your likelihood of having more prospects in your funnel. So, what I want you to do, if you haven't yet, is go spend a little time writing down list of people who have liked any of your posts recently and go and engage on their content, likes and comments on their Facebook content. Make this a practice and a habit every day, 5 to 10 minutes of engaging on other people's content on whatever platforms that you are on. And you will see an increase in viewing of your stories. So, again, stories are very, very important, you guys. If you're not utilizing stories, you need to utilize stories, okay? Um, because as you're engaging more with people, you will also see that more people are seeing your stories and more people will be interested in your product. It's a cycle. So add that to your IPA today, engagement after you post. And that is all I have for today before I run out of time. I hope it was helpful. I love you guys and keep up the good work. November is going to be awesome.